Hi everyone, I'm Jeremy Reeves, head blender of Cornell Diehl Pipe Tobacco Company, and it is Carolina Red Flake season. This is the time of year where we typically start rolling out this blend in our small batch lineup, and it is because in not too terribly long, the darker upper stalk positions of Virginia tobacco all over the eastern coast will be being harvested. So in anticipation of this year's darker Virginia harvest, we bring to you a blend of three very, very special and individually unique, but technically similar tobaccos. All three of these tobaccos, one from Georgia, the GAJRL, which some of you will have noticed from Steamworks and from Anthology, the TBFO from North Carolina that we've used in Carolina Red Flake in the past, and also TA22, which now has a couple of years of age on it, and we've also used that in Carolina Red Flake and in Steamworks and a few other things. But these three tobaccos are technically all in the category of what we would consider red Virginia. They are darker upper stalk, richer nicotine, overall lower sugar content than what you expect to see from a brighter mid-stock, earlier harvest sort of flue-cured tobacco. But while they may not look very different, each one of them brings to bear something really unique in the flavor profile, and I've always thought of Carolina Red Flake as sort of just a way to showcase a pinnacle of, in my opinion, what I really love about the versatility of this style of tobacco that we call red Virginia. There's a lot of different flavor profiles that can be found in darker leaf. There's a lot of different flavor profiles that can be found in brighter leaf as well. But I think that red Virginia, that the darker upper stalk position leaves, really have just so much flavor possibility. The GAJRL brings a surprising amount of sweetness for only being at 17% sugar, which is a good deal higher than the other two in this blend. But at 17%, I think it actually smokes sweeter than a lot of brighter Virginias that have higher sugar content. The TBFO has this really wonderful sort of spicy note to it, and brings some sort of rye bread elements or even rye seed elements. And the TA22 has just this wonderful overall perfect Virginia base. It has sweetness that is really nice and even and reliable and subtle, but certainly present. It has fruity elements. It has some of those bready notes. It has some of those spice notes, but it's just an overall really wonderful Virginia-based leaf that the TBFO and the GAJRL can kind of play off of in great ways. And the way that these three have come together in the way that I've blended them, I'm really kind of ecstatic about some of the things that they create that is more than the sum of their parts, which is always fun in blending. You take, tobacco that has a couple of characteristics you're really excited about, and another tobacco that you have a couple of characteristics you're really excited about, but when you mix them together, you often are creating flavors that neither one of them have on their own. One thing that is cool to me is the number of times that this sort of reminds me of honeydew melon. The sweetness is mellow, it is round, it is so reminiscent of that sort of mellow, deep subtle sweet of a honeydew melon, but there's also some spice and some sour notes there, and even just a hint of something that to my palate translates as salt. And so yeah, it has brought to mind over and over again honeydew melon with maybe a little lime juice, maybe some red pepper, and maybe just a little bit of salt. It's a wonderful snack that I grew up eating in New Mexico, and it's something that I find as I smoke this blend, it comes to mind all the time. But that's what's really fun about Virginia, is that it seems so simple, it seems so straightforward, but there is so much complexity. There's so many layers that it can bring to bear. And being able to use 3 different leaves from 3 different farms or farming areas, and what those leaves carry as their flavor profile, even though technically it's all just red Virginia. So that's what makes Carolina Red Flake so much fun, is the opportunities to sort of show over and over and over again how versatile and special this type of leaf can be, just on its own. And so even though we've got 3 here, it's still just red Virginia on its own. I hope you enjoy it as much as I do. I'd love to hear the things that these grades of Virginia make you think of. Certainly people will be like, oh, I don't taste honeydew, or I don't get the lime juice and salty note there. But that's also what's fun about this, is that as you encounter new flavors, trying to describe it to someone else, you just go back to, what are other things that I've tasted? What are other things that I've tried? And I just think it's a ton of fun to sort of try and visualize what it is that I'm experiencing, what it is that I'm tasting on my palate. So I hope you all enjoy Carolina Red Flake this year as much as I am. And thank you for all the years past that you've enjoyed this blend, and it's fun to be able to bring you something that is unique every time around. So thanks so much, guys. Look forward to hearing your thoughts on it, and till then, we'll see you next time.